Ciao Fabri, welcome back. We are
So
here as always. It's the 24 hours basically left before the first part of the end of the transfer window, summer transfer window. We have the new transfer session with the coming Club World Cup. So we go into details of what's going to happen in the next hours. We start with Cherki and Manchester City. What's the latest? It's a here we go for you.
yes, we have a here we go here for Ryan Cherki. This is not a surprise because we've been telling about this negotiation for days and days. But today, Man City were in contact in the morning with Olympique Lyon to fix this deal, to send the final proposal, and it was accepted. So Olympique Lyon will receive 36 million euros guaranteed fee plus 5 million euros in add-ons, quite easy to reach, plus 15% sell-on clause, 5-year contract for Ryan Cherki, who already arrived in Manchester. I can tell you that the player wanted to travel on Sunday already. He was buzzing to join Manchester City, in contact with Pep Guardiola. He didn't want to wait anymore because at some point there was some tense moment on Saturday for this negotiation club to club, and so Cherki was pushing like crazy to go to Manchester City, and now the deal is completed. The player will have his medical and sign his contract tomorrow. Today we had contract signed at Manchester City for Ryan Ait-Nouri as new left back and also for Tijani Reinders from AC Milan as new midfielder. And so fantastic window so far for Manchester City. They are also set to sign Bettinelli as new goalkeeper, as new third goalkeeper from Chelsea. The green light from Chelsea arrived, and so Bettinelli will also be one more addition for the Club World Cup, and City completing their squad with some new faces for the World Cup.
So it's interesting that with the new transfer session before the Club World Cup, there are some clubs that are in a rush because they need to make signings before the competition. Others, they are not in a rush. Chelsea, for example, they are in talks with AC Milan for a new goalkeeper, and it's Mike Maignan.
Yeah, the negotiation is ongoing. I was having a call a few minutes ago, and I got confirmed, as we are live now here on the channel on YouTube, that Chelsea and Milan are in negotiations, remaining negotiations. And you remember probably when I broke the exclusive story on Tuesday, I immediately told you, okay, Chelsea want to sign Mike Maignan, but want to make it happen by Monday, Tuesday. So don't want this deal to be done after the Club World Cup. Chelsea want Mike Maignan to be on that plane and to be part of the Enzo Maresca squad for the Club World Cup. And that remains the mission. So the fact that it's now Monday afternoon and the two clubs are still negotiating could be a positive message for Chelsea in their attempt to sign one of the best goalkeepers in the world like Mike Maignan. So what's the situation? First bid from Chelsea was 15 million euros, still not enough to get the green light from AC Milan, but the two clubs are talking, are trying to find a solution, because the understanding again today and since the first minute of this story is that Mike Maignan wants to go to Chelsea. Mike Maignan is ready to agree on personal terms. Mike Maignan wants to play Champions League football next season, wants to play the Club World Cup. So Mike Maignan is really pushing for this move to happen. Now depends on Milan. Milan still have one more year contract with Mike Maignan, so they can control the situation, but you can understand financially with a player who's still not signing a new deal despite having it on the table since February. For Chelsea, what they say is, we agree on our conditions, otherwise we keep our keepers. So let's see what happens there, but for sure the conversation is still ongoing. It's not a done deal at this time of the afternoon, but the clubs are talking. There are some Zoom calls ongoing, intermediaries involved, and so let's see how it goes with Chelsea trying to sign Mike Maignan.
Let's now talk about another English club, because Tottenham are looking for a new manager. Friday was the day of the sacking of Ange Postecoglou after the great Europa League final, of course. But now they're looking for a new manager. So what's the latest? Who are the candidates and who is the front runner?
Yeah, we immediately mentioned Thomas Frank from Brentford as a front-runner, as leading candidate to be the new boss at Tottenham. This was the mission from the first minute, because from what I heard, Tottenham already had conversations with Thomas Frank even before deciding to fire Ange Postecoglou. I mean, it's something normal for top clubs to explore the market for managers before you make a decision on your own manager. 1 year ago, I remember Thomas Frank was in the list at Manchester United, at Chelsea, then they decided to go for different solutions. Man United decided to keep Ten Hag, Chelsea decided to go for Maresca, but you always have conversations before making a decision. And the manager that they like, they want, and they will get, because this deal will get done, is Thomas Frank. There is an agreement between Tottenham and Thomas Frank on the conditions of the contract, the length, the salary, everything is agreed. also in terms of project, budget, players they want to sign in terms of position. Then we will enter into the names in the next weeks. So Thomas Frank said yes to Tottenham project. Thomas Frank wants to go to Tottenham. Now Tottenham and Brentford are talking about the compensation, disclosed for £10 million, but the relationship club to club is very good from what I heard. And so the idea is to proceed as soon as possible. I think already this week everything will get completed and Thomas Frank will become the new Tottenham manager with an agreement really considered imminent. And then we will see who's going to be the replacement at Brentford. One coach they really like is Kieran McKenna from Ipswich Town, but let's see if there will be some more candidate. On Tottenham, just for context, they will go for Thomas Frank, but two managers they had in the shortlist were Marco Silva from Fulham, a manager they really appreciated, and also Roberto De Zerbi, but he said no already 10 days ago because he wants to continue at Olympique Marseille.
Let's now talk about Martin Zubimendi, what's happening, because that's a deal that you've been on top of it since a lot of time. So what's the latest and what can we expect in the next days?
Yeah, on Zubimendi, look, we have many questions, many stories, and I absolutely respect all the sources on this story because obviously, till the deals are official, you can try till the very end. And from Spain, that's what they guarantee Real Madrid are trying to do. I was saying Manchester City because I just got a message saying the exact details because now City and Lyon are exchanging all the documents for Ryan Cherki. So just quickly, Manchester City will pay 35 million euros plus 6 in, no, sorry, my bad. 36 million euros plus 6 in add-ons. This is the exact fee for the Ryan Cherki deal because now they are exchanging all the documents and so we have the exact details of the deal on Cherki. But what I was saying on Zubimendi is that until the deals are signed, clubs can try to enter and hijack till the very final moment. But my understanding on this story on Martin Zubimendi is that Martin Zubimendi has agreed on absolutely everything to become a new Arsenal player. There is an agreement with the club since a long time ago. So I already said here we go a few months ago because from what I heard, Zubimendi accepted everything Arsenal offered. Zubimendi already spoke to Mikel Arteta. He wanted to wait for the formal steps to respect Real Sociedad till the very end, so he didn't want to sign any contract before the end of the season, but the deal is agreed. They already exchanged everything in terms of documents to say, okay, we are ready to sign. So it's just about the formal steps. Have a medical, put pen to paper, take the pictures, and then Zubimendi will be an Arsenal player. This is what I'm told. Then, if Real Madrid or any other club will be able to change this story while the documents are ready, in football I saw many things, so never say never. But at the moment, what I can guarantee, my information is that Arsenal are convinced that Martin Zubimendi will be their player this summer.
So we mentioned the situation on Zubimendi. Let's now go into the details of the Victor Gyökeres deal. He's for sure one of the big names of the summer 2025. So what's the latest on that?
Yeah, look, I released an article yesterday and I want to enter into details of this for Victor Gyökeres because let me explain the situation. Gyökeres was and remains an option for Arsenal in terms of new striker because at the moment, my information, what I shared on Thursday and Friday is that Arsenal are advancing on the deal for Benjamin Sesko. So Sesko is the clear favorite. There are conversations ongoing, but it's still not a done deal. So till the Sesko deal is done, we have to be careful because in the market can happen everything. But at the moment, Sesko remains the favorite. Victor Gyökeres remains the other option on the table for Arsenal. But as it's now 2-3 weeks that Arsenal are still not advancing on the Gyökeres deal, all the other clubs keep calling his agents, and that's what happened in the last 48 hours. So over the weekend, because from what I heard, Man United last week had new contacts with Victor Gyökeres camp to be informed on the situation. Something like, okay, if Arsenal are not doing the deal, we are still there, we are still interested. Then for Man United, we have to see financially how they can make it happen because with Champions League football, I'm 99% convinced that they were going to close the Gyökeres deal quite quick. I think that was the feeling. Then no Champions League football, they lost the final in Bilbao, and so it's more complicated financially. But for Victor Gyökeres, Man United called again, so let's see if they will be able to make it happen. But there were new contacts with the agents of the player. Then for Victor Gyökeres, calls also from Italy. I can tell you that Juventus, with the old director Cristiano Giuntoli, and even now with the new director Comolli, with Giorgio Chiellini, also had some contacts over the weekend to be informed on the Gyökeres deal. Then we know for Italian clubs to do this kind of deal is complicated financially, so it's not easy. I'm not saying that Gyökeres is going to Juventus, but I can guarantee that Juventus called over the weekend to be informed on the Victor Gyökeres situation. Then let's see what's going to happen there with Man United, with Juventus, and also with Al Hilal, because Al Hilal are still dreaming of Victor Osimhen. He said no yesterday. Al Hilal will try till the very end to change his mind. In case this can't happen, they are contacting several strikers. Among these strikers, there is also Victor Gyökeres. What I'm hearing is that it's not a priority for the player to accept that proposal, but Al Hilal could pay really big money. So let's see what happens also with Al Hilal, because in the last 48 hours, Juventus, Al Hilal, and Manchester United all called the agents of Victor Gyökeres. So keep an eye on this one, because I think it's going to be an interesting story in the next days.
Let's talk about a former Juventus and Manchester United player, Cristiano Ronaldo, because he was once again one of the big names of the Nations League, winning the Nations League with Portugal, the third title with the national team. So a big achievement for Cristiano, who scored also in the final. So another incredible night for him. What's the future of Cristiano Ronaldo? So what can we expect? Is he staying at Al Nassr? Is he going in other places? So what can we expect for the future of Cristiano Ronaldo?
I think the message from Cristiano was quite clear. Last night, after one more incredible achievement in his career, Cristiano announced that his intention is not to change anything, to continue at Al Nassr. As I said in a video here on YouTube at the beginning of last week, Al Nassr have presented a plan to Cristiano Ronaldo with David Anchko as new center back, with a top winger, with a top midfielder. So Al Nassr want to make important investments this summer. That's the idea, that's the vision. And Cristiano Ronaldo is aware of that. So I think Cristiano Ronaldo is going to end up staying at Al Nassr. That was the message from Cristiano himself. So I am absolutely no one to deny Cristiano himself. I think the message is clear. And also the feeling around this negotiation was already positive last week. So talks on going to extend his contract. But at the moment, Al Nassr are the clear favorites to continue with Cristiano Ronaldo.
So we started this live show today with Here We Go of Ryan Cherki, and we conclude this episode today with another Here We Go, Franco Mastantuono and Real Madrid. What can we expect? Is he playing the club workout with River? What's the latest?
River are convinced that he's going to play the Club World Cup with them. So unless Real Madrid change the situation in the next 24 hours, the plan is, first of all, Franco Mastantuono will be a Real Madrid player. The deal is agreed. The two clubs have started exchanging all the documents, checking all the contracts. Mastantuono will join on a $45 million deal. They will pay the value of the clause in installments. Mastantuono will sign till 2031, so 6-year deal at Real Madrid. They won this battle with Paris Saint-Germain. They changed the story in basically 2-3 days. So Real Madrid have done it again with a very special negotiation in terms of timing and special talent like Franco Mastantuono. Now River Plate insists with Real Madrid to have the player at the Club World Cup with them, and that's the feeling, that's the clear message. So that's the understanding. Then if Real Madrid will change everything in the next hours, we will let you know. But at the moment, the pact is for Franco Mastantuono expected to play the Club World Cup with River Plate. In any case, now or in July or later, in August he will turn 18, Franco Mastantuono will be a Real Madrid player.
Thank you, Fabri, for today. We'll be here, of course, on the YouTube channel soon. It's a kind of deadline day tomorrow, so I'm expecting things to happen. And
we will be back
soon.
Tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you, Fabri.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you to all of you for following us. Ciao.